How is it going, everyone? In this video, I want to talk about a topic that I am surprised has gotten as much traction as it has. I was very excited when the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut was announced yesterday, and I was even more excited about the fact that it was right around the corner and it's dropping on August 20th. Now, I personally looked at the price, and I didn't find it to be all that egregious. $19.99 for an upgrade from the standard PlayStation 4 version, or if you want to go from the PlayStation 4 version of the game to the PlayStation 5 Director's Cut, it is $29.99. Which I was like, okay, that's a little whack. I mean, essentially, they're charging you $10 to get the PlayStation 5 upgrade, but given that we had heard that this expansion is going to be the size of around Miles Morales, if that is accurate, if we're actually going to get like 7 to 10 hours of additional gameplay, I don't think spending $30 or $20 is the most egregious thing in the world. I actually had a friend of mine hit me up and be like, dude, this just got announced, you know social media is going to be ablaze about the price point. I was like, no way, the price point isn't that crazy. Like, I've seen a lot of other crazier price points, and at the end of the day, Sucker Punch has released the Legends component for free, and they've updated this game quite a bit, and the game was just generally really well received. So to my surprise, I jump on Twitter and it is a lot of people complaining. Now, to me, it comes across as a lot of people that didn't know exactly what the Director's Cut was going to entail, but we'll talk about that in a second, and some of it does come off as disingenuous complaining about people that probably don't even have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, they're Xbox guys, whatever the case may be, and they're just complaining for the sake of complaining because that seems like to be the cool thing to do. However, the only area I think you can be upset about is the fact that the PlayStation 5 upgrade is $30 while the PlayStation 4 upgrade is $20. If you're upset about that, if you don't want to spend that extra $10, fine, have at it. I don't like that either. However, like, truth be told, I don't think that's the biggest thing in the world, and I don't see a lot of people actually complaining about that price structure, because that's really what they're doing. They're trying to finesse you out of that $10 without you realizing, because they haven't been doing cross-gen games at a $10 upgraded price point. Remember, all cross-gen games at this point, which we only know one at this point that's a first-party title, at least right off the top of my head, which would be Miles Morales. Miles Morales was $50 on PlayStation 4, and it was $50 on PlayStation 5. Now, what's interesting about Miles Morales is that Miles Morales was a game that a lot of people compared to Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Well, Uncharted The Lost Legacy released at $40, so really, they were just spiking up the price for both platforms. So whatever type of narrative that you want to spin, you can really make it seem however you want. Oh, they're charging $10 for the PlayStation 5 upgrade, that's whack. At the same time, a lot of other publishers have done that, and they've gotten flack, rightfully so, and Sony should be getting flack if that is your criticism. That is the only area of criticism that I can agree with, that an upgrade is $10 more. It is $10. A lot of people on social media, Twitter, whatever you want to go on, is like, oh, a PlayStation 5 upgrade is $30. No, that is not the case, because they are not reading. I mean, reading is your friend, ladies and gentlemen. The Director's Cut, what you're paying for is the island of Iki. That is the upgrade. That is an additional island that is going to host several hours of content. We don't know exactly how much content it's going to be, but the initial rumors were around the size of a Lost Legacy of Miles Morales, and if that's the case, if you're just spending $20 or $30 for it, even if that's the case, if it's at the size of those aforementioned games, you are making out like a bandit, given that $20 for the PS4 upgrade, $30 for the PS5 upgrade is still cheaper than what we had to pay for Miles Morales and what we had to pay for Uncharted The Lost Legacy. The only other argument you can make is, well, this is not a standalone expansion, and I can agree with you on that. You actually have to own the copy of Ghost of Tsushima, so if you bought it physically and you traded it in or whatever, that is a little bit of a bummer, and you do have to buy the Director's Edition once again, and the Director's Edition is being released at a full $70 on PS5 and $60 on PS4, but the $70 price tag on PS5, that's not too different than the Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, which was also $70, and I didn't see a lot of people complaining about that, but therein lies the difference, where Miles Morales was also available as a standalone purchase. So if you want to be of the mindset, oh, I can't buy it as a standalone edition, I guess I could understand that complaint as well. I imagine the majority of people that have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 have Ghost of Tsushima still, and they can you know, that played it and they have retained the copy of the game, they didn't trade it in. If you did trade it in the game, I can understand, okay, that's a little bit unfortunate, but if you bought it digitally, it's still there for you to upgrade from. The only way that can be a complaint is if you bought the game physically and then you ended up trading it in or selling it to a friend or whatever you did as far as that's concerned. However, if you're also a person that has never played Ghost of Tsushima, now you get the opportunity to buy the Director's Cut, which includes the base game, the entirety of the full game, and the DLC, the expansion, whatever you want to call it. Legends mode is there right out the gate, and obviously that's a free update, and you'll get all of that for $70 on PS5 or $60 on PS4, and they also noted that they're going to continue to update Legends and add more content to that, and that is going to be free for everyone. So I really don't know why people are complaining this vehemently about the Director's Cut. Again, there are two areas that I guess you can complain on, and really just one, and that's if you notice that they're trying to finesse that $10 out of you without making it as obvious, making the Director's Cut upgrade from PS4 to PS4 $19.99, and then the upgrade from PS4 to PS5 $29.99. Okay, for that one instance, if you are upset that you have to spend an additional $10, by all means, you have that credit, you have the right to do that. The other area, I guess, and this is a little bit more of a specific area that only targets a specific number of people, is if you bought the game physically and you traded it in and now you're upset that the game is not being released as a standalone expansion. Like, there's not going to be a Ghost of Tsushima Iki expansion, you know, standalone game like there was for Uncharted Lost Legacy and there was for Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you are in any of those two camps, I can understand your complaints. The people, and this is the one that I'm seeing the most, oh, you have to pay $30 for an upgrade. Like, you're getting the upgrade and you're getting the Iki Island expansion, so you're really getting both. And remember that Ghost of Tsushima was a game that if you play it on the PlayStation 5, it's already at 60 frames per second, so if you don't want the Island expansion and you want to play it on PlayStation 5, you can get a great experience on the game without buying this expansion. And if you played Ghost of Tsushima and you liked it so much, I mean, is dropping the $30 for an upgrade or the $20 for the upgrade on PS4 that big of an ask? It depends on how much content is in this upgrade, but I just think I see a lot more people being a little bit more disingenuous about what this upgrade entails. Again, if you want to be upset that it's $10 of a difference between the PS4 and the PS5 upgrade, I can agree with you on that. The aspect of, oh, I traded the game in and it's not being standalone released, I can understand that to an extent, but I don't find the $20, $30 price tag that egregious. Again, only the $30 price tag if you want to talk about that $10 differential. But I might be out to lunch. Let me know if you guys can give me some clarity. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. I always like to hear from you guys because maybe I'll get a different perspective. I think if you're one of those people that have never played Ghost of Tsushima, yo, you're in good luck because you can pay $60 for the PS4 version and get the upgrade. Like, $70 price tags is never going to be my cup of tea. I'm never going to like that, but you can pay $70 and get the PS5 version and then also get the expansion on top of that, so I don't think that's too bad as well. The game itself is excellent. It was my favorite game of 2020, at least among the top 2 or 3. Probably my favorite, so like maybe I'm being a little bit more easier on it than I should be, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I've rambled long enough. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.